Welcome to the Generation X-Wing podcast, your modern look at a retro lifestyle. Tonight, I am your host, Steve 3, and we are going to be reviewing a movie that was my pick for your enjoyment and hopefully my co-hosts. Without further ado, let me bring in said co-host, starting with...
Steve Hose-Nose Lewis.
As well as...
Rob Williams.
And unfortunately, that is where we're going to have to leave it. Jamie is under the weather from being Ghostbustered out.
Yeah.
Overstimulated.
He's given his
slimed.
He's given his best to his Tuesday show, and the rest of us can go run and jump. Although it is my fault for making us work on a Wednesday night, not a Thursday night. True. So again, apologies to those out there that can't make Wednesdays. That was my fault, but it is my movie and I get the choice. Jamie, get well. If you're feeling better, drop in. You can drive the bus too, but we wish Jamie well and hopefully he gets back. Good evening, fellas.
Good evening. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well.
Looking forward to talking about this.
I hope so.
I've been reading the chat, and there seems to be quite a few people that are really excited about talking about this too.
Well, speaking of which, let me just flip through the chat here. Let me see what we got going on here. Okay, let's say hello.
Oh,
Tony. I mean, it just wouldn't be the show without you, my friend.
Sure
Thank you for joining us.
Was it 8 hours or 7 hours?
He said 4 hours. I thought it was 3, but he said 4 hours.
Hey, it's still a commitment. It's still a commitment. We have the collector with us as well. Good evening to you. And again, thanks for giving up your evening to come and listen to me waffle on, or us waffle on. Not just me. We've got Image Tech 541 in the house.
Malcolm.
Good
How's it going,
evening.
Winnipeg?
Happy hump day or happy hump evening, which could be.
And we can't forget.
We can't forget the lady who's being nursed. Allie is in the house tonight. Allie Williams, post-surgery, doing well. Everything's A-okay. She's building her strength every day, and I'm sure you all wish her well out there. Stellar trooper, making her way through a horrible, horrible situation, but coming out of it the other side. Thanks for joining us tonight, Allie. Hopefully I don't disturb you watching TV. VJ Baby's in the house. What the hell? I honestly didn't think we'd have this happen today because Jamie wasn't here. And now we know it's not about him, it's about us. And I like that.
Who knew?
I like that. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. And I think that's it for our Wednesday troopers. But yeah, you're in there. Chat wild in the chat because that's why we have the chat. We need you guys in the chat. Perfect.
I really want one of those boards with the sound effects.
No.
Yeah.
Do it. Christmas is coming. Actually, you know what? Don't do it. It could be detrimental to us. Actually, being able to get on and do anything on this show. You know what I mean?
Well, if we're gonna do any sound effect, it's gonna be this one due to this movie.
Oh, I know. Did you take notes?
Yes, I did.
Oh, but I don't know. I think you may not have done.
Did I miss one?
We'll see.
Oh,
we'll see.
Okay.
So before we get into it, hang on. I gotta get ready for this one.
No,
for those of you that are listening live, or for those of you that are listening on the rerun, what is he talking about? What movie are we doing today? Well, let me give you a hint. What do you get when you mix some super articulated 1/6 scale action figures with south-thinking military technology, and then sprinkle it with a legendary rock band and a group of World War II bad boys? Add a little dash of horror to a bed of comedic action and adventure. Bam! You get the 1998 American action comedy Small Soldiers.
Dude, I love
Where's
how
the sound effect, Rob?
This is awesome. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was actually it's so enamored by the way you were doing it. So
We'll let you off. Here,
how about this one? Ready? There you go.
This movie was one I've been wanting to revisit, and I haven't done because it was always on the outer edge of the nostalgia that is our 80s, 90s, but it's still in the 90s. And it was triggered by our past reviews of movies, and it just made me want to watch it again. There are some tie-ins to a lot of things we've reviewed, because a lot of the people in this movie have worked together on a lot of different movies that we love and enjoy.
There was a lot of names in here. I was surprised.
Right. This is a film directed by Joe Dante. It was written by 4 writers, not just one, but 4. You had Gavin Scott, Adam Rifkin, Ted Elliott, and Terry Rossio. It was also produced by 3 production houses, which is Amblin, Universal, and DreamWorks. So a powerhouse for this movie.
Wasn't there wasn't Spielberg's sister involved in the writing too?
She was involved. She was apparently in there doing some. She wasn't credited for it though.
Oh, okay.
So she apparently did do some of the writing. That's one of our golden nuggets at the end of the show. But yeah, there was some talk on some of the information that's out there that was the case as well. This was released by DreamWorks and Universal. So I think DreamWorks released it in North America, Universal released it internationally. And they only had a budget of $40 million for this movie.
Only
$40 million. So before we get into how well it did, I want to know, when was the first time you guys watched Small Soldiers?
Robert?
Oh, I haven't seen this. I thought I did, because I think I was working at Toys R Us when this came out. I'm very, very confident Toys R Us. It was on a toy. I was working at Toys R Us, and I think the reason I thought I saw this was we probably played it through the TV in the electronics department. We would play movies every once in a while, and I think this one played in the TV. So I think I might have got it through osmosis. But when I saw it, I was like, I don't remember any of this. So
really?
Yeah.
So this was the first. Really watched it from beginning to end for the first time.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is my first real time watching it, rather than being it played in the background.
Okay, that's sometimes can be a good thing, but most of the time can be a bad thing. So it's going to be interesting to see what you think about it. Steve, what about you? When was the first time?
You're not going to like this then. Yesterday afternoon.
Really?
Yep. When this came out, 98, I think I was first year university, so
you were too old for that shit.
I ain't watching no kids.
I think I came out and I was just like, I thought it was a kids movie, so I didn't watch it.
I mean, it really is. You're not wrong. It's a kids movie. It was made that way, but for reasons that we can see when you're watching it, it wasn't going to be just a kids movie. It was supposed to be an edgy teens movie, which is why we got some of that stuff in there that we got. I didn't run out to the cinema to watch this either. I watched it for the first time on VHS. I'm pretty sure, but I loved it. I loved the escapism of your toys coming to life. Strangely enough, I kind of like them toy things, so to get them to come alive in the way they did was great. But I didn't run out and watch it at the cinema.
When did you first see it though?
It would have been back when it first came out.
So when it first came out on DVD or tape or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was probably still tape, but maybe it was DVD at that point.
I think there was there was just still in that transition period. Yeah.
Like I did watch it when it came out because it had a lot of people in it that I wanted to see what the hell they were doing here, And this is obviously from the guy that made Gremlins as well, which is another movie which we love. But man, we'll get into it. Let's talk about the cast here, because this is going to take up some time, and feel free to cut me off and stop me whenever you want to. But this had a great cast. And also, I'm not watching the chat, so I'm watching my notes here. We'll start at the top. We have Gregory Smith, who played Alan. We had Kirsten Dunst, who played his little fancy lady, the one he was after.
Christy Fimple.
It was an interesting choice, but honestly, it worked. It worked for me. She did a good job at it. We had Phil Hartman as her dad, Phil Fimple. We had Kevin Dunn as Stuart Abbott, the dad. I recognize him from so many movies, but I can never tell you the movies I recognize him from.
Transformers, the first one. He was the dad.
I think he was in Few Good Men.
Probably.
Possibly, yeah.
He's got an expansive movie credit for sure.
Ghostbusters
just
2.
recognize his face. He is a dad at the end of the day.
Mhm.
You just recognize his face. But he's a hot-tempered one in this one for sure.
Wow,
We
I'm just looking at his list. There's a lot of
Mm.
popular movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then you'll notice him, but and again, because of so many, I can never remember which one it was I
Yeah.
noticed him for.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Small Soldiers for the longest time until I see him in something else. We got Dennis Leary in this one. Dennis Leary was the man of the moment back then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we get to see him on screen do the thing that he did, which is go off on a rant.
Yeah.
In the
What
way
he got
that Dennis
famous
Leary
for.
did. It's what
Yeah.
he got famous for, you know. That's why it was Demolition Man was another one where he
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
the one that was fun for me though was Dick Miller. Dick Miller was the
There
truck
you go.
driver,
Yeah.
and he's also
Yeah.
the snowplow driver from Gremlins.
Well,
so he's
okay,
the
so
same. Go
There's
ahead.
five Dante actors that Joe Dante uses all the time in this movie. So it's Dick Miller, Richard Picardo.
Yeah, Robert
Right?
Robert Picardo.
Robert-
Sorry, I always call him Richard for some reason.
Yeah,
Robert Picardo, Bruce Dern, the wife Wendy Shaw, Mary Fimple, and Rance Howard have all worked with Dante in multiple films in the past.
yeah. There's a lot of these guys have worked with each other in many different movies.
Yeah.
They seem to gel well together, right? When you just mentioned him, Robert Picardo. I mean, he's been turning up on a number of the movies that we've been doing recently, which is why it was fun to see him just for a short while turn up, but gave us one of the funny scenes that we will probably have down in our favorite scenes or not so favorite scenes.
We got to do Picardo watch.
Yeah, it literally is, right? Like what? Maybe we should do a show on what hasn't Robert Picardo been in. That might be a quicker one. That might be a quicker one. The other two comedians that we got in there were Jay Moore as one of the developers and David Cross.
David Cross,
who will always and forever for me be in is it Scary Movie? I think Scary Movie 2.
Oh yeah, but for me now it's Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
The Never Nude.
yeah, the Never Knew.
Yeah.
Hey, Weirdos.
Steve gave you a couple more names, but I'm not going to go through them because they were not as big as what the others were, because it's not just the physical actors that we got on screen that we need to talk about. We need to talk about the voice actors of these characters. I think this is what makes the movie for us. So
Yeah.
for those that don't know, Small Soldiers is the concept of a struggling toy company needing to get a big break for their big takeover. You know, what have you got? What's going to make us a fortune? So they invent these action figures. One is a monster figure, the Gorgonites. The other are the hard-hitting commandos. I guess that's what they are. They're the commandos. So we have 12 characters animated and puppeteered, and they're all voiced by people that are synonymous with a lot of great movies. We have for the Gorgonites, Frank Langella, who has done theater and movies, and you don't expect to see a movie like this, but man, the voice made it. But the rest of the Gorgonites, and the reason for my intro of the Amazing Rock Band was Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
So the rest of the Gorgonites were voiced by Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, and Harry Shearer, all from Spinal Tap, which is so much fun. And you can hear little bits of them, but they did well to disguise it.
Harry Shearer's so good at A Man of a Thousand Voices, but then you start to recognize that Simpson-esque voice.
Yeah.
And McKean has such a great voice. I mean, that's why a lot of those AI videos use a Michael McKean style voice. You can hear it in there, the more traditional, close to Lenny from Laverne and Shirley sort of voice. But yeah, it's such a good voice.
Yeah. Christopher Guest was Scratch It. He was also Slam Fist. And Michael McKean was Insaniac, the one that spins around with a crazy face.
Yeah.
Now,
Insaniac, it was so weird. I thought it was Steve Buscemi for the longest time.
Oh, I can see that. Yes.
Yeah, you listen to it again. I totally thought it was Buscemi. I had no idea that it was the three of them doing the voices, right?
He also voiced Troglodyte, who turned into Frankenstein when they repaired him with the old radio, AM/FM radio. And then Harry Shearer played Punch It and Scratch It. Oh no, he was friends with Scratch It. And Ocular, I think, was another one of the ones that didn't speak with a big eye. But again, That was our Gorgonites, and a lot of fun it was too. It's to me, it's just so funny to have those three do all the voices for him. Now we can move on to the Commando Elite, which was led terrifically by Tommy Lee Jones as Major Chip Hazard. So good through this, and I think half the quotes that I've got down here have all come from Major Chip Hazard. We also had Jim Brown as Butch Meathook. We had Ernest Borgnine as Kip Killigan. We had George Kennedy as Brick Bazooka and Clint Walker as Nick Nitro. Now, there was also Bruce Dern as Link, who was another one of the team, and we got the 12 characters we listed. The only reason it's fun for Jim Brown, Ernest Borgnine, George Kennedy, and Clint Walker is because they're all members of the Dirty Dozen, which was a movie I used to love watching as a kid. Just a bunch of ragtag. I don't think they're on death row, but they were going to have life imprisonment in the army for doing bad things, and they're sent out to do a secret mission over in Germany. It's such a great, great movie. But
every time you talk about Ernest Borgnine, though, I just think about when we watched Black Hole and him running around space in his
itchy sweater. Yeah, I'm the same, man. I'm the same. Ernest Borgnine is definitely going to be the itchy cardigan wearer in any
I could
situation.
peg that voice anywhere. It's
I have,
a distinct voice.
Yeah, and he was another one that I just grew up with. He was always that sort of lovable guy that you had on a lot of movies. Wasn't he in the Poseidon Adventure as well? I seem to remember him being in the Poseidon Adventure.
Probably.
Not sure. Maybe we'll have to watch that one day. Now, I have to say, there are other characters in here that were voiced too. Two of those voices came from Sarah Michelle Gellar and Christina Ricci.
Oh,
and they were the Gwendy dolls, which was another great point in the movie. I think we have to, at this point, add 2 extra favorites to the show tonight. We need a favorite Gorgonite and a favorite Commando Elite.
Oh,
so I didn't prepare you for that, so we can come back to that at the show, but I think that's something we have to do.
Is it too soon to talk about what they originally wanted to cast as the Elite? Did you hear about this one?
No, I didn't hear about that one.
They want to get the movie's too new. Is that what you mean?
Well, no, they got the voices. No. Well, they had the voices of the the Dirty Dozen.
Yeah,
but they originally wanted to get the cast of Commando.
Really?
Schwarzenegger,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ventura, yeah.
Oh my god.
That's what he wanted. Now he obviously couldn't get that, and you've got the cast you have. But that was from what I've read. There's
Commando or Predator.
Predator. Sorry, Predator. I said Commando,
okay,
but I meant Predator.
Yeah.
So you got Ventura.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, you got
awesome.
one of those toys talking about being was a sexual Tyrannosaurus Rex or something.
Oh my god, this shit will make you a sexual Tyrannosaurus. Yeah, I think it would have been too harsh to be.
Oh yeah, totally. It wouldn't fit. But I'm glad who they got was. But
it just Schwarzenegger would take their whole budget.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Double the budget.
So I'm going to cut straight into some of your favorites. I think I have to. So this movie, it's quite short but long, if you know what I mean. It's a movie which you kind of at some points are going to get to the end, and most of that is that the fight, the big battle at the end. But what would be your takeaway favorite scenes, starting with Rob?
Favorite scenes?
Your favorite scenes?
My favorite scene, hands down, and it's just the stupidest scene. I love it so much. I found myself laughing and just having to pause the movie. Was when David Cross freaks out when they're getting so they're going into the lab, but they have to go into this room to spray themselves down, and he just freaks out in the room because of the spray. And for some reason, I just killed myself laughing. I think it was the sudden jarring of it.
And Jay Moore's like trying to like calm him down, like it's okay, it's part of it. See, there's a button or whatever.
Yeah, those two work really well together, man.
I really enjoyed David Cross in this movie. It was old school David Cross before Arrested Development, and he was just a goofy actor or something like that. And for some reason, I was just like loving that scene.
Steve, what about you? And I'm hoping you got a lot.
I like the one where the Gwendy dolls came alive and were attacking Christy. It was just such a twisted, demented scene, and I didn't write all their quotes in, but they had so many good one-liners after another when they're attacking her.
It was disturbing, man.
Yeah.
Like he did say that he was supposed to be making this like edgy movie. I think it was supposed to be that edgy, kind of like Gremlins was edgy. To me, there was a lot of Gremlins in this movie.
Oh God,
You
yeah.
know,
Well,
a lot of Gremlins in this movie. But
think-
I think the thing that screwed it for them is they had a deal with sponsors, and then those sponsors, it got the PG-13. They were like, hang on a minute, we're all about kids, and we got to try and do something here. They took a lot of it down a bit to be able to release it.
Burger King was one of those sponsors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They had a toy deal and everything, and they're like, dude, you're supposed to be making a PG movie. This is PG-13.
Yeah.
And it's just like they actually had to put a warning on some of their things, like the toys are for the kids, but just be aware the movie might be, parent.
Yeah. They sold it to, they sold that sponsorship or that deal to them on it being a PG movie, not a PG-13.
And some Burger Kings didn't even sell the toys at all. We're not being a part of this.
Yeah.
That 13 was just a little too risque, huh?
It was. They even offered them to exchange toys if they didn't want their kids to have any of the small soldiers. I didn't know Burger King had small soldiers toys. And in fact, I want to find them and get them now.
Uh-oh.
I don't think this would be I think this, as when it goes to ratings nowadays, I think this is fine. It's not. I don't think this is a PG-13 type of movie nowadays.
Yeah.
I think after about 25 years or so, it's loosened a bit.
Well, did they give it the 13 because of the violence?
I think it was the
violence?
creepiness,
The
especially.
thing, some of the things it wasn't so much the creepiness because that was going to be in there. One of the things I heard mentioned was the drugging of the parents. Was the thing that threw it over the edge.
About that. Oh yeah.
Which is pretty nuts, right? But again, they
God,
did
I
take
didn't
sleeping
think about
pills
that.
and they did put it in alcohol, and now it gets a PG-13 because you got alcohol in there and you got drugs of some sort. But there's a lot more I think that can take it up to the 13. Right. Rob, is there another scene we can talk about?
Did you give your scene?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh man, let me go back to mine. Yeah, I'll go back to mine. I have got well, it's not so much a favorite one, but I just want to point this out. How very familiar to Gremlins was the garbage disposal scene.
Oh,
where he shoves
100%.
the dude in there and he's spinning around. That one just came across to me as just totally Gremlins, but still kind of cool.
There was literally Gremlins in here. There was two.
Yes. Two.
Right.
One.
There was a gremlin in the garbage.
Yep.
And then there was a gremlin skull on the shelf of the boy.
Really? I missed that one.
I didn't see the skull. I did not see the skull.
I only found that out through videos. It's just like, hey, did you notice this?
So, you've only watched it once, so it's not surprising. But yeah, I'm going to keep going back to you guys because I'm excited. This is the first time you've seen it. Rob, give us another.
Let's see here. I did like the mom being kick ass and just whacking all the bombs back with the tennis racket. She was kick ass. I mean, wasn't the mom in like Gremlins like kick ass as well? So it's kind of cool to see even that continue on. And so I enjoyed her
getting tennis elbow.
She wasn't hiding in the closet. She was like, get off my lawn, bang, bang, bang.
Wasn't one of the jokes about how her tennis lessons were paying off or something?
Yeah, I had that written down. So
Steve, give us another.
I think somebody actually mentioned this in chat when the commandos bust out of the garage with all their modded vehicles.
Brilliant.
That
so
was just like,
good.
It was so awesome. And I was thinking, holy crap, the props and effects guys must have had so much fun with this movie. Just like, I don't know, let's put a chainsaw on a skateboard and then, figure out how to make it work.
I mean, they looked like they were physical models, though. They were physically riding those things. They were physically launching those things. It was so much fun, man.
Yeah.
So much fun. Which we'll probably, if we take a break from scenes, we've got to talk about that because all of that stuff, all the puppetry, all of those models were done by the legendary Stan Winston. Right. So he had like 28 puppeteers for this thing, and then some of the creatures took 5 puppeteers at a time to be able to manipulate them and move them, and then all the CG stuff that had to happen with it went over to ILM, obviously, for them to be able to create what they did. But I think the one that got me more than anything was probably Archer. The way that Archer moved, the way that Archer looked, and just the model they used, the manic, what do they call it? Maquette? I don't know.
Maquettes, yeah.
Yeah, he just looked great. It reminds me of the modern day Sideshow figure with all the articulation and all the bounce and buckles that were all the little buckles he had on his gear. Oh man, I loved it. And his eyes moved and his different faces for smiling and everything was so articulated. I loved it.
Like him petting the cat was kind of cool.
So scene. Good.
Yeah.
So
I
good.
really enjoyed the puppetry as well. I think I usually choose CGI over puppetry, but here you can get away with it a little bit more because they are literal action figures with very simple, with their movement is restricted. And so when you're as a kid playing with those toys, you can see that happening a little bit more.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
I don't know what the balance between the CG and the puppetry was like.
It was
to me, it looked like primarily puppetry.
It was 2/3 CGI, 1/3 puppetry.
Really,
puppetry just took so long to do. So there's some things they had to do with the CG, but you know, a lot of the stuff that you can't do with puppets are obviously done with that, and you can see it when you watch it back now, especially if you get it in Blu-ray or something and watch it or 4K, you're going to see it. But man, the way they made them walk, the way that they made the limbs move, the ankles move with the knees, and it just looks so good. So good. And some of the behind the scenes stuff that I was watching was just, I would want to watch the puppetry as well as I want to watch the movie. They did such a good job with it. Such a good job with it.
As Malcolm was saying, the physical on the RCs, you can see a lot of that stuff. It's easier to do the physical on when they're riding those RC cars and stuff.
So good.
People who can do puppetry well, it is an art form to watch. Just the way they move the fingers, no matter how they do it. Sometimes they use sticks. It's just incredible stuff.
I mean, they did such a good job with the puppets, with the characters, with the toys, that Stan Winston actually teamed up with Kenner at the time, Hasbro now.
Cool.
And they released a whole toy line. And that toy line grossed more than the actual movie did, obviously. I mean,
I remember selling that toy line.
You know, it does make me want to go out and get that stuff again because it looks so good. At least, I mean, if the thing is, if I get one character, I'm going to want to get all the characters, right? And that's the problem. That's what starts. I don't know if I need to go down.
Are going to fill up even faster.
I've still got to complete the Black Hole collection. I don't know if I can start doing small soldiers, right?
I need Borgnine in a sweater. 6-inch Borgnine.
If they're all at that same scale, then that's going to be. Oh, that's going to be.
You could tell that it was Stan Winston too from earlier on when they're like showing all them being made and the actual metal animatronics. I'm like, holy shit, those are like mini Terminators.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
His neck, actuators and all that sort of stuff is.
Yeah,
it reminded me of Funzo from Simpsons. Not to throw in a Simpsons reference, but you see him coming out and it's that mechanical thing.
We talked about the toy line making a ton of money compared to the movie. So why don't I roll it backwards in time and we talked about the 40 million budget. Any guess it? Well, Rob, I know you like to do homework. Steve,
I didn't do it on this one.
What do you think this movie, knowing that you didn't watch it at the time, so you probably didn't hear the buzz or feel the buzz, what are you thinking this made globally with its 40 million budget? I'm
going to say 65.
Rob?
I'm going to say 80 just because of the promotion that they put into this. And I do want to talk about the promotion later. But I'm going to say they just about doubled it.
Yeah, you guys are kind of, it's right in the middle of where you two are. It was actually 72 million rounded up.
So I win by Price is Right rules. You went over. I was closest.
I think you both get the prize. You both get a prize.
I'll get the trophy. Where is the trophy?
you both get a prize of giving me another one of your favorite scenes so I can talk about it.
Ooh, we're all winners here.
Starting with Steve because he won first.
Again, it was when one of like the characters, the commandos, were going after and they captured the little brother, and they tied him up and like hog tied him, and it goes into a line where he's like, "Son, you can be a prisoner or you can be a casualty. It's up to you."
Yeah, so good. That's one of the ones I had listed down there too. When they come and get him, I just love that scene. The way that Timmy walks in and sees him there, and he's so excited about it, and he starts grabbing him.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, oh no, you've been shot and killed. And he lays it down, and you see Chip Hazard give him that look and he said, and you've now been promoted. And it just went, attack. And they all just start attacking.
Yeah.
And it's like, sorry, sir, that wasn't me. And it was such a fun scene. The way that they don't hold back and just lay into this kid. And the next thing you see him hogtied and taken captured. It was so good. Such a good one. Rob, what about you?
Sherry O'Terry.
Oh,
when she popped on the screen and with that fake smile, I was like, hi, how can I help you? Oh my God. It's just like, it was, I think was this around time she was at SNL? I can't remember.
Must have been.
Just either it was the time or just before. And it was just like, it was the perfect sort of what you had to deal with back in the 90s with people on when you call in for customer service or something like that. They don't care. They're just going through the
Reading
emotions.
the script.
Yeah, but he's like,
she had it
through the
memorized.
machine. Put me through the machine.
that comment there, just put me through the machine. I'd rather talk to that.
So good. So good. I like the bit where they do the hostage video. So they've taken a hostage, they've got to do in the video, and all the Gorgonites are watching it. And one of them, I can't remember which one it does it, but they're all watching it, and it's very intent and very, worrying. And one of them goes, what else is on? And that just cracked me up. That one just cracked me up.
Boring.
Rob.
I'm running out a bit here.
Okay.
I mean, I did like that that one scene where they did this to Noriega and they start playing Spice Girls to draw them out.
Yeah. And she's like,
I would have stayed in there.
I thought that was going to be your favorite #1 scene, Rob, for sure.
Well, hey, I didn't want to be that obvious. It was around the time. Again, we're working at Toys R Us. There's Small Soldiers and Spice Girls. This was very much a late 90s movie. I recognized the whole year or two.
Man, I love that whole build up to the Gwendys when they go in there and the Commando Elite are there, and all of a sudden they turn around and go, sir, look at this, and they just look up there and they're just staring at all of the dolls before they start butchering them and stuff. And he's like, I can't remember what the line was now. Shit, it's in the top of my head. Something about the poses or something like that. It was just such a good scene. Such a good scene. And he goes, a bit of R&R, sir, like that. It was so good.
Something didn't make sense in that movie. That's the one
something.
Well, in that scene there, because whose dolls were those? Those were Kristen Dunst's dolls, and Ozzy has them on display. There's a comment made that she loves them, and then as she's beating the crap out of them later on, she was like, "I've always hated these things."
Her parents would buy her them, thinking that she liked them, and she didn't want to tell them that she didn't.
Was that her parents said in the movie?
I don't know if it said in the movie, but that's the story of it. That she was bought those. She didn't really want them, but she didn't want to tell her parents she didn't want them, which is why because she does said, I hate these things when when they first go into the room.
Did I missed that scene then? Yeah, I must have missed that. Okay, well that makes a little more sense. But I didn't. I felt that whole part of all of the Barbies coming to life really didn't go anywhere. It was like they were there. I feel that was one of the first things that was filmed, and they were there, and then they disappeared, and then he kind of came back during the whole fight.
I kind of disagree. I think that it was a good thing because there was only the 6 of them, and they needed to get the reinforcements. And I think it was that, and that whole, again, another great scene is when they take the fallen hero and they rip his head off, and they're all like, ah! And then he peels his skin off to reveal the skull and takes the chip out. And so that's the bit I thought you were going to say was a bit fantastical.
No. I got what was going on there.
Yeah.
It was just like, I really didn't dig the whole scene. I just felt they could have gotten their buddies from the factory later on,
but they didn't know about it. They didn't know about it, and they do go and do that later on. So at that point, it does make sense. They're
still not a favorite, but I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
My question, which is kind of related to that, is I was watching and thinking, okay, so these 6 or 12 have come alive and sentient. What about the other tens of thousands that have just shipped? Are they all sentient in other stores fighting each other?
That's the question. That's how does the lightsaber work, right?
And I want to know.
I think it was because they were all in boxes and they hadn't been
They haven't been
taken out of the
activated yet
box.
because
Yeah.
wasn't there an activation set,
Yeah, you had
at
to,
East
you had to
Soldier?
say, yeah,
Who goes
Yeah.
there?
who
Something.
Something. Yeah, it was. Oh my god, what was it for the Gorgonites?
As you
Gorgonites
were?
was Halt Who Goes There. I think.
Yeah, I think that's
Something
it.
like that.
Yeah, or Tent Hunt or something like that, right? For the Commandos.
Yeah, it was like He-Man versus G.I. Joe, and they each had their own sort of
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, it's exactly that, and I think that's what they modeled it on, right? Was
Yeah.
the He-Man creatures versus the GI Joe creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it was because they weren't unboxed. Because when they stole
Alright.
the truck, because nothing had been released yet, they weren't supposed to be released for another week,
It's
so they
true.
would have all been in the box. I love the way I'm trying to figure it out for you. So,
I like this. I like this theory though. It works.
but it makes sense because he got them out of the box, he stood them out, and he activated them, which
Mhm.
again was a great scene. If you've not seen the movie before, and that first scene where he brings them out and he activates them, and he stands them next to each other, and then you see him turn his head towards Archer, and then we see it all go from there, which is a great scene. I thought that was a great.
That little kid got it right away. He gets shot in the face. He's like, "This is cool."
yeah, so good. That little
What I
dance
did
into the
dig
face.
was that the dad owned a toy store that was. We all know those toy stores where there's no good toys in them. It's all the wooden toys and all the wooden puzzles, and there's a
From
boat.
Germany.
Yeah, it's just What's Jose's, what's that company that makes those puzzles now? It's like a guy girl name or something like that.
I have
Like
no idea.
Paul and Mary puzzles or something.
Why would I know this?
I don't know. You seem to be up on these sort of things. So I
Steve,
thought
do
they
you
were
wanna tell
also
us about
thought they
your
were a
puzzle
Victoria
craving?
company. I thought they were a Victoria company as well. That's why I
I
was
have
reaching
no
out.
idea. I'm gonna.
But
Google
anyways,
it.
but it's we all those toys that have the good toys, the healthy toys in a way. And then so I like the idea that the kids like, you know what, I'm going to try to make some money finally out of this place and sell some things that kids actually like. And
what did you think of his backstory of being the wild child? Do you think it fit his character?
No,
Really?
not really.
Because that list of stuff that he reels off is pretty serious, man.
It is, but he didn't seem like he follows that sort of mentality.
Yeah, the kids just seemed way too like wholesome.
Yeah,
right. Like,
I agree.
And I love he's like when he's talking to Kristen Dunst, he's like, "Oh no, that was a long time ago in the past." I'm like, "You're what, 12?
Yeah.
Like, how far in the past was this?"
Yeah. Sorry, I don't date younger boys. I only date older men. That's what she said.
Yeah, I was like, ugh.
But I want to go back. So I want to go back to something Rob mentioned at the beginning of the show, which was the Wilhelm scream. So that they were really loud and prominent through this. Now, do you only count 2? Because I swear I counted 3. Steve,
what was the
can you
third
cut
one?
in? I don't have it written down where it was, but I could have sworn I heard 3 screams during the course of this movie.
Well, I only heard 1, so you're both better than me.
So which one did you hear, Steve?
I think it was the first one in one of the battle scenes, or maybe I can't remember actually.
Okay, so the first one for sure, which is another great scene where the bazooka gets where he gets himself launched to the bike and he's riding up the bike.
Yep, that was.
And we get our first Wilhelm there. So if you haven't seen that one, that could have been the third. Because what were your 2?
I can't remember the first one. I just remember the second one. Like I had Wilhelm written down really early.
Yeah, so it's probably the bike.
Notes.
It's probably the bike.
And then at the end with the whole battle scene, it was much more quiet. I think it was actually possibly when he was in the net or something like that, and he was tossed. I can't remember something like that, but it was in the battle scene at the end.
Yeah, I'm sure there was 3, and I'm happy to go back and watch it again to find out if I am right with the 3. But we did get very prominent Wilhelms in this movie for sure.
So where did you hear them?
Scene with the bike.
The bike scene was good.
Sorry, Rob, where did you hear those, Steve?
The bike one, definitely towards the end, and there was somewhere else as well. And I don't know if it was on the telegraph pole. I don't know if there was something near the telegraph pole, or if it was in the big battle at the end. I'm not sure. I didn't write down where it was. I just wrote down 3 Wilhelms is what I've written down.
But yeah, the bike, you reminded me, the bike scene I did laugh at.
So
dog.
good.
And I mean, just as a dog owner, I'm like, yep, that's exactly what they would do.
But I love the way he homes it. He looks at the dog, and then his readout that he sees his scan readout. It just says hungry on the dog.
Hungry.
And I also love it when he looks at her dad, and it just says moron. As identify what it is. It says moron.
Yeah.
And then there's another one as well where Archer looks at, was it Archer looks at him or someone looks at him when he's asleep and the scan says off because he's asleep. That was another one I enjoyed.
In sleep
So
mode.
good. And I think another, if we're going to go through scenes which you guys have run out of, I want to go back to, oh my God, our friend, the one we were talking about, who's in every single movie that we're going to do a show on. And I've totally
Kevin Dunn.
Kevin
Dunn.
When he sneezes into his mask and he has about 5 minutes.
God.
When he has about 5 minutes of dialogue.
Sorry.
Ricardo, sorry.
Yes.
About 5 minutes of dialogue
Yes.
with his snot just sprayed on the inside of his mask. And no one says a thing about it. They didn't do any play on it. It was just there. It was gross.
And I just think, who was the special effects guy that had to like spray that?
Was it special effects or was it?
That's all
just a
natural.
spit?
That was a lot of stuff.
I mean, that's when you don't want to have any garlic bread the night before because that's just going to be stuck there, going up the old nasal cavity for the rest of your day. Gross. Can't think of anything worse. Did you know
I'm on Sound Effects Wiki, and it says Wilhelm scream. There's heard twice. Once in the Brick Bazooka and once in the Kip Killigan layer used once again for Kip Killigan's head. So
when was the second one?
It was in the battle scene. Later used once again for Kip Killigan's head. I think he has head ripped off or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
well, hey, it's written down as 2.
Again, it's a wiki. It's all fan made too. So
I don't mind watching it again. I'll let you know.
We'll
come back to this at a later date and see whether or not.
I get a question.
Yeah.
Globotech Industries. Was that not a name check from Terminator?
Cyber.
Well, Cyberdyne, yeah, but I thought
Cyberdyne was Terminator. Was Globotech not RoboCop?
Maybe it was RoboCop. I don't know. It seems like I've definitely heard that in other movies, sci-fi, and I think
Globotech was. I think Globotech was.
There's an actual Globotech.
Yeah, I saw that because I did try to do a bit of Googling on it. Yeah, in Toronto as an engineering firm.
Oh, there's also one in Miami too. So
I've heard this name in other sci-fi movies somewhere.
Yeah, well, a lot of names got used a lot of times, right? At least it wasn't Wayland Yutani or something like that.
Yeah.
So we're not in that universe.
There's even a 555 phone number.
Okay, so let's take a break from scenes and let's get, because I've given you an extra challenge. So I'm going to go in and get rid of one of our favorites now. So favorite human character. Who was your favorite human character portrayed in this movie?
David Cross.
Rob.
David Cross with a bullet. Yeah, he was my, I love David Cross. He was good.
Okay, so that's it.
Goofy, silly, just, I liked his character because he was the wholesome one. He knew what was going on. He just didn't want to, he wanted to create like smart learning toys. And that's what it was for. And when he sees the Gorgonites, he's so excited about it. It's, I dug him.
Steve?
I want to say Phil Hartman just because it's Phil Hartman. God love him. Which was kind of funny because I was thinking watching this, it was kind of like his same character from Jingle All the Way.
Not as smarmy, but yeah.
Wasn't smarmy, but it was similar. It was like that jerk neighbor kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got the two dads playing the same character that they play in most movies.
Pretty much.
Well, he's cutting that branch, right? And he's just like, we'll cut it anyways.
And was like, I'm pretty sure the bylaws are in my favor, something like that.
Just carries on cutting the tree.
Yeah.
And you see the branch fall down. And again, great foreshadowing to the end of the movie. So good. Yeah. We had a couple of foreshadowings really blatantly shoved in our face. We had the satellite dish. And we also had them trying to find Gorgon, whatever it was called, and they're looking out the window, and it just shows you the terminal, the power pole, out the window for about another 10 minutes of dialogue in a great foreshadowing towards the end of our movie. Rob, Rob, no, you're gonna. Steve's giving us this. That means I've got to do mine. I'm gonna go with Dick Miller, the truck driver.
Classic.
He's my favorite human of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Classic, especially when he gets tied up at the end. Overpowered by the toys, which everyone was, which you've got to remember. They didn't drug everyone, so these things are pretty tough.
I do like that he got paid well for moving that truck.
Yeah.
Just that check machine.
Well,
there you
I
go.
like that little scene. Yeah.
Well, the thing, if we're going to start picking holes, the only thing which is ridiculous in this movie, the only thing that I was questioning and trying to figure out in my brain was, why would the kid pay him back for the toys that he'd given him off the truck? Because it's not like the truck drivers have to pay for the toys.
That's true.
Right? So why would he say, can you loan me 12 of them and I'll pay you back? Like,
maybe you have to buy them in advance or something like that.
I don't think it works like that, man.
That's like a Mary Kay thing, not a.
Yeah. So that was the one thing that was weird for me. That's the one. And again, of all the shit that doesn't really make sense, that was the one. That was the big one for me. Like, why would you pay him?
But I think I don't think he was getting those toys. He had to have paid him because the dad wasn't buying those toys.
That's right.
So how's he going to get those toys? I will buy them off of you and I'll pay you back for them because they weren't going to his store in the first place. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, unless the truck drivers can write invoices, maybe that's what it's going to be. Because he stops at this toy shop on his way to what was the name of the big one? The big toy store?
Toys R Us.
Toy World.
Toy World. I think it was Toy World. Yeah. I think it was Toy World.
See, that's how you know Dick Miller's not a true trucker, because he'd be like, I don't know, they fell off the truck. I don't know.
But they did say that was going to happen. He said, hasn't there ever been a time when someone's fallen off the back of the truck? And he said, hey, you watch what you're saying. It's too loud. He goes, it's too loud. I love that bit. That was so good. So good. I didn't see that, Rob.
It was just Malcolm saying fell off the back of the truck.
Off the back of the truck. Yeah. There was a quote as well at the beginning. My God, who said it? Where did it come from? But there was a quote. I remember a quote saying, like, pretty soon that everything's going to be run by a big corporation. I think it might have been him. I think it might have been Joe, the truck driver, saying that. I think it was at the back of the truck saying, pretty soon everything's going to be run by one big corporation.
Yeah, that was a pretty prophetic thing, and I think also the toys being sentient and basically the whole AI craze that's happening now. It's like,
yeah. It's not AI. It's not artificial intelligence. It's actual intelligence.
That's right. Yeah.
Remember that. All right. So we've done our favorite humans. We've done our favorite, human characters in the movie. So let me get you into your favorite Gorgonite.
Ooh, for me,
if you want, I can remind you of the names.
My favorite Gorgon is Medusa, the original Gorgon.
Okay.
Nerd.
I got the joke.
Greek mythology humor. Ooh, yeah.
That's why you're here, folks.
There's so much humor in mythology.
What about them Cyclops?
Zaniac? Okay. Yep.
He was my favorite, and he had some good liners, and pretending to be a lounge singer. He was awesome. And the fact that I thought of Steve Buscemi for 98% of the movie.
You're sold for Steve.
Brilliant. Rob, what about you? Who's your favorite Gorgonite?
Gotta tell you, I was not a fan of the Gorgonites. No. They were way too passive in this movie.
They were supposed to be.
They were way too passive. I think if they had a little more like fight in them at the beginning, I would have appreciated them more. But they were just, I didn't like the design of them. I think the same as for Hosenos's Maniac, because he actually did stuff. I mean, it was just, I found them dull. I would have bought them except for that one, because and I do remember that one from the toys. It had the crazy hair, the smile, everything.
But spin around.
Yeah, I did like the design of the main guy though. Archer. I like the design of the Archer. It was a very cool design, but the rest were kind of like, meh. It was all right.
I had a question about, there's one, the Slam Fist guy, and he's kind of the slow talking guy. I was like, what does this remind me of? And then it clicked. It was the character from Labyrinth. I think his name was Ludo or something. And he's this big, slow talking guy, and his face design was kind of like
kind of the same.
Yeah, he's a big hairy dude, but it was like, as soon as I saw that thing, I'm like, this is reminding me of something. What is it, right?
Archer for me, man. I think I just love the look of that character. If I find an Archer in the shelves somewhere, I'm buying it. That thing looks so cool.
It's like a cat with a horn.
I hope the buckles work because it looks so good. And I think the other thing as well is none of their weapons worked, right? I'm right in thinking that the weapons were just plastic weapons. None of them actually worked.
Yeah, there was a crossbow, I think.
Yeah, because he had a crossbow hand, and I'm guessing none of them worked because they were just plastic, because it was their minds that were alive, right? So the weapons, because otherwise it would have been over in 10 minutes, because Chip Hazard pulls the gun first of all, and then Archer could have just shot him in the face with his bow and arrow. So I think they didn't work. But Archer, for me, my favorite Gorgonite by far. So without our extra person, we can easily move on to our favorite of the Commando Elite. Let's start with Rob.
Oh God, don't start with me. I didn't like much of these guys either.
Hang on a second. There was only two. There was the Gorgonites, and there was the Commando Elite, and you already hated the Wendy's.
Yeah, they're fine. I mean, they all look creepy as hell. There's that one guy with the mohawk that looked like the guy from Road Warrior, like
Brick Bazooka.
I don't remember
Kip Gillian.
Names. Like none of them. There was a creepy smile face, and they're all like creepy faces.
Yeah,
I guess the one that had the tech thing with the headpiece.
Right. I think that was Link Static, right?
Yeah, that makes more sense, Link Static. But I mean, this is how memorable it was. And usually I know I'm pretty bad with names, but it was just like I couldn't get attached to it too much. So I'll say Link.
Okay.
So
Steve.
You know, Rob, you stole like two of my favorite scenes and quotes now as the character. I was going with Link because I knew he was voiced by Bruce Dern, the Dante, one of the Dante favorite actors.
So none of you liked Major Chip Hazard?
Yeah,
I did.
That is too obvious.
I like Tommy Lee Jones, but all his stuff was so cliche. I got kind of tired of listening to the cliche stuff. I know what they were going for, the patent and all this. It made sense as a kids movie. It was cute, but I was just kind of like, all right.
All I could think of was Cable and the guy from Avatar. That's all I could think of when I see him.
Oh, the big badass guy from Avatar's got the scars on his head.
Yeah,
that's the same type of character. Yeah,
exactly the same.
Yeah, I like Tommy Lee Jones. He did a great job voicing it. The voice actors all were fantastic.
I was waiting for them to drop, and maybe I missed it, but I thought there would be for sure a fugitive line.
I don't care.
Something.
I don't care.
Yeah, there's so much they could have used for him, because he did Men in Black as well, right? Before that,
dog house, the pig house, the outhouse, 500-mile radius, or whatever. You know, there's so many lines for that.
That's when I really truly learned who Tommy Lee Jones was through that movie. Yeah,
it's a great movie. When did that come out?
93.
93.
Oh, yep. It could be on one of your lists.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be on one of your lists. Yeah,
maybe
that'd be good. Although he did drop one line, which I was surprised to hear, which "It's a small world after all." Do you remember that quote coming out?
Yes.
Like, where did that come from? It's a small world after all, and they zoomed in on his face for it. So weird.
Well, I know it's Disney.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's so weird for me. Speaking of the quotes, see what I did there?
No.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Do you have any favorite quotes that came from any of these favorite scenes?
Yes. I'm going to go
for it,
first.
Steve. Go first.
It was Chip himself when he says, "I love the smell of polyurethane in the morning."
Ridiculous. Again, talk about cheesy. It's probably one that Rob hated. You're safe with that one. It's too cheesy.
But it was also funny because toys aren't made of polyurethane.
True that.
What is polyurethane?
It's plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but where do you find polyurethane?
It's in a lot of stuff. Yeah, but it's not just
toys.
Toys are like ABS and PVC and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is it armor?
Polyurethane is a plastic which is usually in something that you don't want to break, and when it breaks, you can never glue it together.
Okay.
That's polyurethane.
Gotcha.
It's a pain in the ass. All right, Rob. See if you can steal one from Steve.
I think it was Hartman that said this. I'm here to negotiate the surrender of the Gorgonzolas.
Yeah.
Just for some reason that was kind of silly. So, yeah, I think that one.
I like Chip Hazard where he says, "You got a lot of guts. Let's see what they look like."
You stole my only other.
I need a losing horn from
Oh, Steve, you must have one from the
Well,
Gwendy.
that's not true. I've got a
Okay,
few.
go for it, Steve.
Well, not from the. Okay, you know what? I wrote down I said the Gwendy dolls had a bunch of different one-liners, but I didn't write any of them down. I should have. There was one
give us one
was
of
like,
or
did I
something.
put on my mascara straight or something? And her eyes are like melted.
Did I pluck my eyebrows off too?
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
No, the one that did make me laugh was when the mom was like, "Alan, I need to ask you this. Are you on crank?"
That
And
was
he's like-
the only one I had left.
And he's like, "No," but then
Yeah.
she goes, "Is it crystal meth, tar, smack?" Like just naming all these drug names that she's heard probably.
Maybe that's
somewhere.
what got it the PG-13.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was ridiculous. I also like the classic first time we get the conversations between Alan and Archer, where he says, "What's your name?" He says, "Alan, now shut up." "Greetings, Alan, now shut up."
Yeah.
And you see his name come
Yeah.
up as one word as "Alan, now shut up." That
Yeah,
was
like that
fun.
RoboCop sort of thing written on, on his eyes.
Alan, now shut up. I love that one. Steve, you got any others?
Well, I did like you mentioned earlier the Dennis Leary rant at the beginning. Because
Yeah.
my note was like, "Oh my god, this is like typical Leary," right? He said
Yeah.
something like, "I'm sick of commercials that show us 4x4 trucks popping up on the top of Mount Rushmore and parking on Abraham Lincoln's head. I'm sick of shampoo commercials that try to convince women that they can look like Claudia Schifter after one cycle of rinse and repeat." It's like,
Yeah,
it probably went on and on and on, but
Oh,
like,
wait,
no,
yeah,
cut,
yeah.
cut.
Yeah. All I could think of was Demolition Man at that point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the commercials he used to do, tons of commercials all the time too.
Well, and let's not forget the amazing song "Asshole."
Oh, ASSHOLE. I got a quote here. It's better find a way to stop the guys before my wife gets tennis elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. I got another one as well where the Gwendys attacking. They're all jumping on top of her, and one of them just shouts out, "Let's see if her head comes off." That one was
Yes.
that one was
a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Let's see if her head comes off. It was just so creepy, man. So
Mhm.
creepy.
It's our time to play with you.
Rob?
I got no more quotes. It's
Okay.
just,
I also
yeah.
I also love when in Chip Hazard when they lose their guy in the field and they're gonna use his chip and all the rest of it. But the first thing he says is his battery's dead, but his memory lives on. That one-
And
that
I think it
was
went
on
on and on and on or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they're making a Energizer joke. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And I did another one with the
That's-
Gwendys. It's
that's
like
cute.
one of them shouts out, "Watch out, she's got a baton." I
I
don't know
didn't
why.
hear that one.
I don't know why that cracked me up. I just that's why I had to write it down.
Because
Watch
it's
out, she's got a
ridiculous.
baton. Yeah.
Crikey.
Yeah. Another one from Chip Hazard is if it launches, lacerates, or detonates. I want it mobile and I want it lethal. I love that one. Mobile and lethal.
Yeah.
I wonder if Tommy Lee Jones enjoyed doing this because he had really. It's like, you know how Arnold Schwarzenegger had all those jokes in Batman Robin, which were all just cliche stuff, but it was bad. I mean, at least in this movie, they were cliche, but they were playing off of stuff that worked for the character a lot better, and they were better lines. But they were building off of past things that we know of, like Patton, as I said.
Image Tech got it as well. It's a Batman death march. So it was so funny. So funny. Is Tony leaving?
Tony.
Says, I'm sorry, guys. You got to be up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone. Good. Bye.
Good night, Tony. Thanks for giving up your Wednesday. See you
Sleep
soon.
tight.
So here's for Tony.
He's gone.
And it's because
He's
you're.
out.
You don't have to be sorry, dude. Holy shit. You're on every show. Thanks for the support. All right. Have we got any others? Have we got any other quotes? I love the fact that we're on 59 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
It's
I
almost.
think you blew through all the quotes that I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the same ones. So I think I'm pretty good.
Okay. All right. Well, I was surprised, honestly, how much I still enjoyed watching this movie. In fact, I watched it twice because, like I said, I watched it twice in the time that I announced I was going to have it and doing it today. So, and I actually enjoyed it twice. It wasn't one of those movies that grabs you all the way through, but it was, I think the word inventive is what I'm going to use. But back in the day when I first watched it, it's definitely inventive. It's definitely something which plays on your mind about what if, because I was left, even at an older age, I was left with that movie thinking, oh man, what would I do if one of my toys became real or alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as stupid as it is, it's still memorable. And as much as they annoyed you, Rob, they're still memorable.
Oh yeah, they're very memorable.
It definitely has a lot of shitty things about it, but man, I just think it was so fun. And it always made you wonder what would happen if it really did happen to you. Like, what would you do? How did you feel about the ending?
The big battle?
No, the ending. The very end.
They got checks for everything was pretty cool. I actually laughed at that.
But I'm talking about them all getting in the boat, the one they broke the mast on.
That was good. That was a good ending.
And he just sets them off to go off and be their own thing. It was kind of cool.
The one thing I remember from this movie was the ending, and it was a good ending because they just go on and they live their own life and make little
and they won't run out of power because they got those like nuclear thermo detonator generators in them.
They go on and on and on
and on.
Oh, we got some quotes coming in the chat. I love this.
Yeah. Malcolm's been on fire here. Yeah, you're the best of the few of the proud. And obviously
this one here. Yeah. No poor sap ever won a war by dying for his country. He won it by being all he could be. So good. There were plans to make a number 2. There was plans to do.
That's what I heard.
Actually, no, a remake, not a number 2. It's a remake.
Really?
Toymageddon, right?
Yeah. But they kind of denied it was going to be a remake. But when Disney brought everything in the world, it later came out. Along with all the other like hundreds of projects they just kiboshed. That was one that they cancelled and kiboshed, and then came out that it was an intended remake of Small Soldiers. I'm glad they didn't. Because the technology of what we got and the way it looked back then, I don't think I need a remake. Number 2 would be interesting, but it would just drag on, I think.
A remake would have been just a CG porn fest. It just like
like
everything, a Marvel movie over the top, right?
Yeah.
And it would lose the charm. And a lot of the charm is the practical robots and the puppetry.
Definitely.
And all that.
The Stan Winston touch, man. Like mixing puppetry with a little bit, like we always talked about not using every single color in the palette. And I think this movie, to me, is a good example of not using every color in the palette. Like you're using this thing from this drawer and this thing from this drawer. And you're not just using one thing. You're not going CG and CG hard.
Yeah,
it was so cool. I just loved the way these things moved. I loved it.
Well, you also had Toy Story, which has become so synonymous with toys coming alive type of movies that it to see a live action nowadays in the 2000s and 2010s, I don't know how much you would have had to have it CGI. I don't think people would have bought it if it was like live action like it was now. This is kind of, I don't think this thing would have, a movie like this would not have survived in the 2000s.
It's kind of like batteries not included, right? Yeah,
I felt
puppets.
Yeah. I felt this movie would have actually done better if it was 5 years earlier. I don't know if they can still have the technology to do what they could have done with the CGI, but if this came out in 95, I think this movie would have been a bigger hit.
Isn't that when we had Gremlins though?
No, Gremlins was in the 80s.
Yeah, Gremlins was 85.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was 85. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think that's
this movie, to me, I had in my notes, I said this was a mashup of Gremlins and Toy Story.
100%.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's why I was a little bit like, okay, this is Gremlins 3 in a way to me, but it without. Yeah, I didn't notice it until the Wendy part. It was like when all those things started happening, like, oh, this is very much like Gremlins now. Even though I did see the hints and the gizmo and that, it was just like when it hit that part, it was like, oh, this is very much a Gremlins sort of movie.
Don't they actually use that in one of the lines? I think I remember him referring to someone as Giz. He says, "Who's responsible for this here? This is Gizmo over here."
Oh, well, that was a password.
That was his password.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that's how Jay Moore is able to buy all the military grade chips by using David Cross's password of Gizmo.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
Archer's in
great.
this room, by the way. Hello, everyone. Just passing through.
Hey,
Good
Drop a
evening, good
like.
evening. Thanks for passing through.
Almost done with Stranger Things. There you go. There's someone who's watching Stranger Things. We were just talking about that off air. So
Yeah, Rob needs to watch it.
I need to catch up. So.
Yeah.
Or maybe you don't. I mean, they've said
No, he
maybe you
does.
can maybe you can just watch this one and no. I've heard that you have to watch. Is it season 2?
Well, I've seen 1 to 3. I haven't seen last season or this, or obviously the one.
You have to
Okay, I
watch
think-
season 2 to get this.
There's a couple of episodes in season 2, I think, that are worth watching again. They put a whole list of things you want to do to recap if you can't do all the seasons beforehand. But anyway, that's not why we're here. I will be watching it. I enjoy it. Just the theme tune alone gives me a nostalgia on.
I just want to know when Barbara's coming back. That's all I care about.
Justice for Barbara.
Justice for Barbara.
There's no saving. There's no saving Barbara. There's no saving. All right, dudes, we did it. We got through.
We got to rate it.
We gotta rate it. We
Yeah.
gotta rate it. So we'll go around the horn. There's not really much else to say. Rob, how are you rating this one?
6.5. Yeah,
Steve.
it was fine.
It was
It was fine.
It did not offend me. I am giving this 7 out of 10 X1000 computer chips.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
This actually, I surprisingly like this more than I thought, because I
Yeah.
think going into it, I still had this mindset that was like a total kids movie, and I was going to just be angry old man. But I wasn't. It was fun.
Yeah, it didn't get made that way. It was supposed to
No.
be, but it didn't get made that way.
It was fun. It kept me throughout, but there, like I think what you're saying, Steve Howard, there's some parts where it slowed down a bit, and I
Yeah.
think that's what kind of brought the score down for me as well.
Yeah, there was a bit of flow problems and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest with you, Kristen Dunst's character pissed me off to no belief.
Kristen.
I was,
Kristen.
whatever.
Kirsten.
Okay,
Kirsten.
I could not stand her character whatsoever.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted her
You're
head
all right
to be
with that.
removed.
I
It was
thought
just
she did all
her
right with
character was just ugh.
it. She was a girl.
No, I don't think she was written properly. It was just lame.
It's because she was dating older men on Kawasaki's.
Well, yeah, but
Kawasaki
she
600.
didn't. She didn't come across as a type of person to do that either. It's something was off, and I don't know what. It's just like she was acting like she was all that. She was hot shit, but nothing she did was really. Oh, I'm a bad girl. Yeah, not really.
I think some of it is that was fake. That wasn't who she was, and she was trying to be. That's who she was, and I think the whole thing with the toys and the whole thing with getting with him probably sums that up. That she was trying to be something she wasn't. And that's not what she was looking for.
Just trying to
Man,
act like someone she
I wish
wasn't.
Jamie was here so he could tell us if the Kawasaki noise was accurate.
Homework. I'm sure he's listening because he's been in the chat. But
What movie was it where he went off about the guy's motorcycle?
because he was riding the same motorcycle as Jamie has.
It was
Jamie's
hackers.
is
It was
It
hackers.
was hackers. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Jamie's is the most unoffensive sound to come from any motorbike, and so yeah, Jamie, homework. If you're watching the rerun, your homework is to tell us if the Kawasaki 600. What was it?
Funny.
I can't remember what the designation was on it.
I
but
do not know.
Ninja.
it wasn't a Ninja. I don't think it's
No,
CBR.
that's
Is
the
it
only
C?
thing I
No,
know
they're not
Kawasaki.
CBR. It was something. Jamie, that's your homework.
Jamie
Next
knows.
time we speak. I'm kind of
Yeah,
different.
what'd you give it?
I'm kind of different with Steve. I was going into this with a 7 in my head, regardless, but I actually enjoyed it so much watching it again that I'm going to bump it to an 8.
Awesome.
I'm going to bump it to an 8 because I didn't think it would stand the test of time. And what I love about this show is us picking movies that we remember loving and then going back and watching them again and seeing if that is the case. And even now, I still want to go out and buy one of these fucking toys.
I'll keep
So
an
it's-
eye out. I'll keep an eye
Yeah,
out
it's
for it.
crazy. Yeah.
So
So,
who was your small soldier favorite character? I know Gorgon was one, but what was the other bad guys?
yeah, I mean, I think Tommy Lee Jones just blew it out of the park. I kind of enjoyed. I did enjoy the radio guy. I thought he was funny.
Yeah.
The bazooka guy with the weird smile was also
Oh.
good. I just the other thing I took away from this with one of those. Yeah, I know it's. Hang on, I just saw this come down on the bottom here. I tried to click on it. I'm so used to clicking on. Yeah, it is, and we talked about this in the beginning.
4K steelbook.
It's only $75, but I can't get it. It's out of stock. I've not been able to get it.
How can
So
it only be $75? The movie shouldn't only be $75.
But I did get it on Blu-ray. Thinking I did get it on Blu-ray for $7.99 at the moment. It's on sale for Black Friday. So Blu-ray $7.99. Yeah,
Malcolm gives it 8 out of 10.
See,
there you go.
The man knows what he's talking about.
I do want to say one thing before we wrap it up. I do remember the marketing to this, and I believe there was in Coquitlam theaters they had this massive Gorgon and Chip like statuettes that were hovering over the snack bar. I mean, this thing was big, and they kept it up for years. I think the Gorgon lasted longer, but it was just like I remember they were really pushing this show. Working at Toys R Us, the action figures were coming out, and there was ads and stuff. The video games, it was a big push. They really wanted this to be successful. That's what I remember most about this movie, more than the actual movie itself. So
what was that? It was 8, 7.5, and a 6.
7.16.
Rob said 6.5.
Yeah, I said 6.5. So it's 7.16 average. So 7.
So I got distracted with looking on Amazon, and it's sorry when he said it was on Amazon, but it's not. It's like a third-party thing, and I'm not. Yeah, not going to do that. Not going to do that. That's not.
So what's Bozno's pick for next time?
Well,
I don't know. Let's find out, Steve.
Let's find out. Let's go over to Steve too.
What are you going to be
live, Steve, in Victoria
from my car hole? I had two locked and loaded, and I think I'm going to go with this one because it's another Joe Dante production. The Burbs.
Oh, the Burbs. I'm kind of glad you chose that. I've been seeing ads for that all lately. I don't know why they keep popping up, like just little scenes and pictures. I was like, oh, I remember that movie. That's a good choice. I like that.
I have never seen it.
Oh, here we go. This is interesting.
Tom Hanks.
You will be the virgin this time.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going in raw.
I don't remember much of this movie.
Inner Space, which is Joe Dante. I kept thinking about this movie. So.
Oh, that was the other movie some of them have all been in. It was Inner Space.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ricardo, for sure.
Yeah. Another Dante production.
It was either Mexican
or
something.
on his face. Yeah.
But a lot of shoe polish.
And very tight pants.
Yeah, that was fun though. I enjoyed watching
Thank you.
I'm glad I picked it. Doesn't that sound terrible? But I am glad I picked it. It was good to go and watch it again. And it's the first time in a long time that I've gone back and watched something that I haven't seen for so long and actually enjoyed it just as much.
It was a fun choice.
Yeah. Rob.
Right. Yes.
Actually, no, let's not. Let's go. Let's get this one done first. Let's say, Steve.
Yes.
Where can everybody find you should they need to in the course of the next week?
You can find me on the gram, as the kids say. Hose Nose Paints for all your mediocre D&D minis. And also you can find us on letterboxd.com. You can see the list of all the movies we've reviewed and talked about, along with some other lists of movies we've talked about. Letterboxd.com. You can search Generation X-Wing Podcast or Hose Nose.
Is that really Steve, or is it a robot?
It is AI.
AI, actual intelligence.
It's debatable.
Not intelligent at all.
And every now and then we can also find you showing up on the Ready to Believes, right?
Every now and then. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Rob, let us know. Let us know where we can find Jamie.
I was just going to say that since you mentioned Jamie.
For those that have tuned in and royally disappointed this evening, where can
half our audience is gone because Jamie's not here. But Ready to Believe, he does unboxings on Tuesdays once in a while. I don't know what his unboxing schedule's like next week, but we will be getting back to doing some real Ghostbuster reviews. And I'm trying to pressure him to doing at least one Christmas episode for Ghostbusters. Demand the real Ghostbusters Christmas episode, please. Look, I got festive. See, I got a tree. I got my graham cracker right over there.
You've gone Christmas.
That's an assault to that grand. What you're doing is a crime.
Nutcracker, grand cracker.
Yeah, I get it. I get the pun.
As for me, Outer Rim Rookie Show on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. YouTube channel, we are nearly at 1,000. I think we are like 20 away from hitting 1,000. This is so
Really?
exciting.
1,000.
1,000. We're gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my foam plaque.
Make a new one?
I have to make. No, I don't want to make a new one. The 1,000 is going to go off the plaque though. But yeah. So please, if you haven't done yet, please like, subscribe, help the channel grow. And I got a little button here for this.
What are we gonna do when that happens?
I don't know. Party, have a good time, celebrate. One of those things. So I got the little like and subscribe button here. Ready? Boom. There it is.
Aw.
So
Yeah, do it. Get us to 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it naked.
Oh God, there goes all our followers. Except for Tony.
Tony's like, I'm naked too.
I've been naked all day.
Steve, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram. You can find me under Steve3D. You can find me on the Shitsbuckle Muppet Far. You can sometimes find me at the weekends on DL44 channel unboxing, but I'm going to be away for a bit. So it's going to be, I'm going to be off air for a bit. Got some traveling coming up. So stay tuned, hit the bell, and you'll get alerts to when I'm there and back and doing it on everything, including here.
Auf Wiedersehen. See, Auf Wiedersehen. You're going to be going to Germany.
I like it. I like it.
Chanel. All right. Schmetterling.
9.
All right. So
I just glanced down again. Do we have any plans for episode 500?
Not yet. We didn't even have plans for the next episode.
That's kind of true.
Yeah, we're going to be actually off for a week because Jamie's away and you're going to be away, and we just couldn't figure something out for this one. So yeah, we're going to skip a week and we're going to come back and talk Hose Nose's movie. So and then
yes, we are.
Who knows? Maybe 500 episodes and 1,000 followers interact. Who knows?
That would be fantastic.
That'd be great.
Because that would be twice as many subscribers as shows.
Oh,
I wish
shit,
it
I
was-
see what you did there.
Yeah.
It's like
Anyways.
math and shit.
It's the perfect
Anyway.
storm.
I guess we have to do an introduction.
We have to wrap it up and say goodbye. And then we pause and then we do the introduction.
Well, thanks everybody for coming in and joining us today. It's been an amazing show. I've really enjoyed it. I feel that one was a success in every single way. And I will invite you to come back and join us again on the next show. Thank you guys for joining me. Screw you, Jamie, for not joining me. And we'll see you all again.
Feel
on the
better,
next
Jamie.
I feel better.
Feel better. Don't die.
Bye.
But screw you.
Bye.
Bye.
Now you do your intro for the third episode. This is 488.
488.
For those watching live, we have to do an intro to the show.
Okay.
So
It's episode 488 of the Generation X-Wing podcast, and I am your host tonight, Steve3, and I'll be doing my movie pick and talking about the classic adventure action movie, Small Soldiers.
Go to hell, Jamie.
good night, BJ. Bye. Bye, Malcolm. Bye, BJ. Bye, Tony, who already left, and everybody else who tuned in. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Yes. We'll be back in, next week. We'll be back for Ghostbusters, and the week after, back for podcasts and stuff.
Fully
So there you
rested
go.
and ready to go.
And maybe I might do some live stream video games. Yes, exactly. All right. Bye. I guess we'll hit this button here. We'll do it properly, like we're professionals. Ready? Here we go. There you go.
Like, share,
Subscribe.
subscribe.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Generation X-Wing.
Follow.